guys, so I'm back in what seems like an eternity. I know, I cannot believe I'm even recording a video right now, but I had a couple spare minutes that turned into like actually an hour or so because my nephew is sleeping, who I'm babysitting right now, so oh my god, it's crazy. Anyways, this is an updated This is an updated foundation routine. Obviously I'm not in the swing of things right now. I am just so all over the place. But this is my updated foundation routine, what I've been doing lately because I don't really have that much time, but I still want to make time to kind of highlight, contour. I do like a little bit of that, but I still need some pretty good coverage because my skin has been breaking out like crazy. I think it's the stress from the babies, not sleeping, whatever it is. My skin is not in the perfect condition that I would like it to. I do like to do a heavy concealer, foundation, whatever. But okay, I know this video is like all over the place, so please just don't judge me. Like, I haven't done this in a really long time. I'm just trying to get back into it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright, so I start with a fresh, clean face and I apply my moisturizer. Here I'm using Neutrogena Oil-Free Moisture. Next, I apply a primer. This one is from Smashbox. Next, I take my MAC Pro-longwear Concealer and a brush and I apply it pretty generously underneath my eyes in the shape of a triangle. Then, using my Real Techniques contour brush and a MAC Fix Plus spray, I just spray it lightly to get it a little bit wet, so the product is much easier to blend onto my face. I follow that with a beauty blender to get those hard to reach places underneath my eyes. This is where I start to look real pale. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of quiet, but Emmett just fell asleep and I am not about to try and wake him up. Whatever's left on the brush, I just use on my forehead, the bridge of my nose, the sides of my nose, just to blend all the lines together. Now I'm taking my NARS foundation. This is a very sheer matte foundation. I hated it when I first used it, but now I really do like it. Even though it's sheer, it still covers just enough to look natural. I just take my fingertips and dab it all around my face. And then I use the Real Techniques buffing brush. I spray it with the MAC Fix Plus again. Just helps to blend the product a lot easier. And then I just buff it all across my face. As you can tell, it doesn't match my skin, but my face is a lot more pale than my body, so I get a darker foundation to make them match. Sometimes I go back and dab a little more product onto areas that need a little bit more coverage or anywhere I'm breaking out and just buff that in too. And then I used Makeup Forever's HD foundation in a super dark shade that is way too dark to use as normal foundation, but compared to other people who do their contour and highlight, this is not very dark at all. It's not really showing up on camera as dark as it is in person, but it was definitely too dark of a shade to use as my normal foundation. So I use it up as my contour, and I just barely do the sides of my nose and my forehead. I don't really mind what my nose looks like, so I don't really do that heavy of a contour. And then use that same buffing brush to buff out those harsh lines. And when I say I don't really mind what my nose looks like, I just mean I don't do that heavy of a contour to try and make it look slimmer or longer or whatever that is. I don't really pay that much attention to it. I do just a little bit of contouring in the tip of my nose, just slight. You probably won't even be able to see this on camera, but whatever's left over on the brush is what I use, and then I just buff that out. And to set my concealer, I used Ben Nye's Banana Powder. I got this online for $10. And any flat brush that you have, a flat, fluffy brush, I just kind of dip some into the cap of it, tap off excess, and then just dab it on very carefully because you did put concealer on there and you don't want to just wipe it off. You want to just dab it into the product. To set the rest of my face, I use a Laura Mercier loose powder with a Kabuki brush. I really only apply it to my T-zone or areas that I get oily because I don't want this to be a caked on makeup look and completely matte. I still want to have some of my real skin shine through, so just on my T-zone. Here I'm using a eyebrow pencil from Rimmel London in the color Black Brown. Normally I'd like to use something from Anastasia, like the brow kit or the brow pencil, but lately I've just been using this because I haven't had any time to go to Sephora and buy any of that stuff, and this is just quick and easy. If I had the time, I for sure would want to do, the pencil, the shadow, the gel, the clear brow gel, and then follow with concealer, but most days I have enough time to just fill them in to make it look like I actually have eyebrows, and then clean it up with a little bit of concealer, but honestly, that is all I have time for. And like I said before, I like to follow with a concealer just to touch up any areas and make it look a little bit more clean. So I'm just taking, I don't remember what this brush is called, but I will find out for you and list it in the bottom. But I just outline the brows with just a little bit of concealer. And then later on I will take a beauty blender and just blend it out. I messed up a little bit here and got some concealer on my actual eyebrows, so just go back with the pencil and fill it in. And by now I'm sure you guys have seen how bad my skin actually is. It's because I'm not on birth control because I still breastfeed and don't want it to affect my milk supply, so my skin is suffering. Now I'm going to take a bronzer, this one is from Forever 21, and my buffing brush and just apply it to the hollows of my cheeks. So I don't have one of those angled brushes that are specifically for the hollows of your cheeks, so I just take my brush and only put the bronzer or the product on the side of my brush. That way it perfectly fits into the hollow of my cheek because, as you guys can tell, I use the same pretty much brushes throughout my makeup routine. I have recently found this at Sephora and I am in love. This is the Bobbi Brown Cream blush, and it is so perfect for any skin shade. I am obsessed, and you can also put this on your lips. It just gives your cheeks a nice glow, a healthy looking dewy glow. I hate when it looks too powdery, and so the cream definitely melts into your skin and just looks so good. Okay, so taking a flat, fluffy brush, I dip it into my MAC highlighter, highlighting powder, and I put this just above my cheekbones to highlight and give that little nice shimmer that makes you look really healthy. I like to apply this on the tip of my nose because I love when there's just a little bit of shine on the nose. I do it in my T-zone-ish down the bridge of my nose, but especially on the tops of your cheeks and the tip of your nose. And also I hit my Cupid's bow too. I like to finish with Vaseline for my lips because I have very dry lips, and this just preps for whatever lip I decide to do later on, if I'm just going to do a nude lip or a color, or honestly this just looks good on its own. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!